And we are off.
They're off to grab the white sword as BT and Steven talk trash in the comments about having to... One of them will face the loser of this series.
And so both going into level 3, and we're going to see how these runners do against the first room, as we mentioned before, the room with the dark nuts coming up. See if they can't have themselves a clean room as...
Ooh, K-Mac taking a little bit of damage from
wow!
Zol's on the way in.
Now he's
Khananaphone does not...
Oh, and K-Mac ends up dying. So Khananaphone didn't get hit, so he's going to go over the top route here, which gets you the bombs against the keys, but he loses his beam sword.
Yeah, so Khananaphone has to hope the keys play nice, because once in a while one of them will just hang out of reach, but they play relatively nice, so he gets his bomb for us.
K-Mac gets bopped again.
Yeah, K-Mac, rough start for Kiss My Afrocard here.
Please, no. Don't die here, K-Mac. Come on. There we go. Khananaphone first to the raft. K-Mac is on beeping stretch at this point. And K-Mac's got to have to play this a little bit more aggressively. Khananaphone has a race to give, even though he probably doesn't want to lose this one. K-Mac's got to be the one who plays a little more aggressively, and already being down probably 40 seconds due to that death is not helpful at this point. And he's got to play this very, very smart, even down to one bomb.
Yeah, and that death is also going to make his Manhandla spawn weird when he does get to Manhandla, so a little, very treacherous road ahead for K-Mac right at the beginning here in level 3. Khananaphone already to Manhandla, getting the lower right-hand spawn because he went the top route.
Only problem with Khananaphone is he didn't get any bomb drops off him, but he's got 5, so he can force in 1 in the next room. And there's a bomb drop for K-Mac.
Yeah, so Khananaphone off to level 4 is K-Mac on 1 heart, heading towards Manhandla. Let's see how he does.
So the unfortunate thing here for Khananaphone is because he didn't get any drops off that Manhandla, he has no idea where he is on his consecutive counter.
Yeah, my guess is he will, but he does have 5 bombs, so he may just kill a bunch of stuff and get the rupee, and then...
Oh, got him! Wow! Oh, K-Mac with the dodging strats of fame! And Khananaphone gets the bomb drop, so he knew he was below 10.
He went with the trust the virus strat and it worked out for him.
And Khananaphone bombing the Zols, hoping to maybe get himself some money. He only has 1 rupee at this point. And K-Mac now knows he's going into level 4 on a 2 count. So Khananaphone is going to be the first here to the room with the ladder, and it's well noting at this point that it's still anybody's run. And Khananaphone lays down a couple of bombs and comes up empty on the Zols.
408 ladder for Khananaphone. Pretty impressive in a race. And
bomb drop there for K-Mac. That's nice to see.
Yeah, that was the forced bomb. Zols do not drop random bombs, so even if you weren't counting along, you know for sure that that was a force.
So as we make our way over to Gliok, you saw what Gliok could do in the last run. We'll see if he does the same thing in this next run, or in this run here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Khananaphone right now with Beam Sword intact, so he's going to be able to get a little faster for Gliok. He does get 1 bomb drop. Still a very solid fight here. Takes the bomb, but Khananaphone through, and he will now move on to level 1. So K-Mac coming across the error key, and we'll be heading into the virus. It would be really nice if he can get a heart drop now, so he can go into the Gliok fight with full health and Beam Sword.
Yeah, that would be nice. Let's see if it happens.
And
it does.
He got lucky with a bomb drop there, because you want to have a bomb going into level 1. Otherwise, you're losing a key, and you have to go through 2 extra rooms to move forward. But it takes 2 fireballs already, so he's now down to only 1 hit he can freely take to this Gliok. But he takes care of him, he is done, and will grab the Triforce at about the 617 marker. And don't forget, just because these runners are a distance from each other at this point doesn't mean the race is going to be close at the isn't going to be close at the end, as we saw in the first race.
Yeah, K-Mac jumping into chat and saying I can't spot him a minute. Being a little aggressive here because he did lose some time in level 3 right off the bat, but he's not that far behind given the circumstances, and this there's a lot of Zelda left to play, so wouldn't count K-Mac out by any means.
Absolutely. 659 bow for Khananaphone. Will make his way over towards Aquamentus, but 16 rupees, it's safe to say that Khananaphone will be doing the red candle route regardless of whether or not he normally does it or not. K-Mac would love to get some rupees here to kind of give himself the world record route. It would help him out in the quest to get back.
Yeah, and even if K-Mac does another red candle run, it would be nice to get some rupees so he can skip that Armos again. Level 2 often drops a lot of rupees, but once in a while it's stingy.
So Khananaphone heading on over, and he will grab the raft coming up in just a moment. Khananaphone came at currently with 21 rupees. We'll see if he can't maybe get a 5-drop before he leaves here, which would be very, very nice. But he's not going out of his way to kill anything. And solid fight against Aquamentus. K-Mac is done with level 1. So next up for Khananaphone, we'll be heading into level 2 as K-Mac hoping to get lucky with some rupees. There is 6 of them. Oh my goodness, K-Mac gets the 5 rupee drop. He gets it! Oh, he clipped his way into the rock, Monocle Rock, to get the 5 rupee drop. That's awesome.
Yeah, given how he went out of his way, I expect he is, yeah, he's going to do the 30-30 route now, the blue candle world record route. So we will see a route divergence here. He's going to head to level 5 as K-Mac makes his way through, or as Khananaphone makes his way through level 2. So the routes will reconverge in level 7 after Khananaphone picks up the red candle. K-Mac will go in and buy the blue candle now.
So right now we don't know where the runners are standing as far as positioning here. As K-Mac does get his beam sword back, and he is going to go ahead and also build up his count for the room of requirement. And Moldorm here, without any bombs, is a tough fight here because, well, you're taking a lot of time to sword down those little fire beams, or whatever you want to call those things.
Yeah, so now on this route, K-Mac will grab this bomb from the Gibdo before he goes into the recorder room.
And he just lost his
but he
count
takes some damage there.
Pops.
Yeah, he took some damage in Fort Gibdo, so he doesn't have a count built up for the Force on the way into the Darknet room, which is unfortunate. Because K-Mac, or Khananaphone, already through level 2, so he will be heading to level 5 himself shortly.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for K-Mac, who he kept chasing after the one the Gibdo, and did not want to play nice. That was a good first bomb for K-Mac. He takes a bop and takes another, and he ends up dying in the room of requirement.
Yeah, that is a terrible place to die because because he didn't leave the room during the fight. Those Darknuts are all going to be back when he gets back, and he doesn't have. He only has 2 bombs to play with now. He might kill some Gibdos and hope for a drop, but
this is not good.
Yeah.
Everything that you face up into the room of requirement deals 2 hearts of damage. And this gives Khananaphone a bigger lead at this point.
Yeah, and time to do a very nice swag HUD clip on Khananaphone's side. I believe that's in his PB now. It doesn't save a lot of time, but it looks really cool. So let's see, K-Mac back in the Olive Garden.
He wants that fairy. He wants that fairy.
Yeah, he got that fairy, so and he got the bomb force. So
oh, nice.
There's always that one dark nut who wants to be.
Would you please help me out? I'm having a rough enough of a run as it is.
You always wonder about the politics of Hero, of Hyrule, why these dark nuts are willing to go to such an effort on Ganon's behalf. But anyway, kissmyafrocard has his breadstick, his recorder, and Khananaphone looks like he's right behind him, but of course Khananaphone has already done level 2, so he's actually quite a bit ahead.
Trying to get these guys lumped together, get a bomb drop, and 1 bomb left to make it work. No bomb drop, but solid room of requirement there for Khananaphone. There he goes. Beam sword intact.
Yeah, so Khananaphone needs bombs now to finish out the level. He wants plenty of bombs, leaving level 5 for K-Mac. He just needs the bombs to deal with the Dig Dogger. He can refill his bombs in level 2. Although it would be nice to have more, just to speed up level 2. It's not necessary, like it is in level 7. But
Khananaphone taking a bop, leaving the staircase room. He does still have the bomb drop here of the Gibdos, and he's going to probably farm off the Dodongos coming up in just a few moments here, as K-Mac's going to have to still be careful because he's down to 2 hearts. A Gibdo, a Pulse Voice, or touching Dig Dagger all would lead to death at this point. And that Pulse Voice tried, and tried he did. Right now, K-Mac here against the Dig Dagger. Again, has to be careful because touching the Dig Dagger would have caused for death, but he does slay him down. He will move on to level 2, but first he's going to do the World Wrap.
Yeah, so Kiss My Afro card will whistle to level 3, grab the 100 secret using that blue candle, world wrap, and then head to level 2 after getting those coast cards. So he has some overworld to do as Khananaphone finishes off level 5. Ooh. K-Mac unfortunately getting knocked off the screen as he tries to open that 100 secret, so he has to leave and come back to it, because you can only use the blue candle once per screen.
Yeah, as a result, he has to leave the screen, come back in, and try once again, and that's a little bit of a time loss. So the world ramp, which is used in the world record route here, we'll see yourself doing a couple of clips here, and takes care of that without any real issue. And the next thing we're going to see K-Mac do is go grab the heart container off the raft island, and then grab the use the candle. Interesting.
That was an interesting little play there, but yeah. So K-Mac now back on the east side of Hyrule after a detour to the west, and he'll grab the Armos 30 and then head to level 2. Khananaphone already done with his shopping and heading to level 7, where K-Mac will join him after he's done with level 2. But Khananaphone, pretty comfortable lead at this point.
It's a comfortable lead, but it is not a guaranteed win here for Khananaphone just yet, as we see him do the clip into level 7.
Yeah, it's never a guaranteed win until you see the dot done. Anytime, I mean, you know, a death can, especially in the later levels, can cost a ton of time in this game. So it's not over, but you'd certainly rather be Khananaphone right now. And it's
Can I just be myself? Solid river room for Khananaphone heading over towards the Grumble Grumble. Takes a bomb from a fireball to make him lose Beam Sword, though. And then loses another heart, or 2 hearts to boomerangs. And K-Mac getting all the fairies he can't handle at this point. K-Mac, rather, getting all the fairies he can't handle and dealing with this last of the Gria rooms.
Yeah, when you kill 16 enemies in a row without getting hit, you get a forced fairy drop, and all the enemies,
please!
All the enemies that die on that frame give you a fairy, so that's why he got a whole explosion of fairies like that. But yeah, Dodongo being a little bit fresh with K-Mac, so he's leaving with 7 bombs instead of 8, which is a little bit annoying. He has the bombs to get through level 7, but he'd like another drop before level 6. But Khananaphone passed the red candle, so when you see K-Mac get to the room where Khananaphone is now, you'll see how big the lead is, because that's where the routes converge.
Well, Khananaphone needs bombs at this point, because he would love to have at least the 1 for the Dig Dogger, if not 2, and he only has 2 in his arsenal. So he's going to get this bomb drop, and he gets lucky with the fairy drops to replenish his health.
Yeah, those blue Gurias are in the health dropping. They can drop random fairies, and
Oh no!
Oh no!
K-Mac trying to do the tri-quarter, and he gets sucked up by the wind. He was a little too far up off the staircase, and therefore that allowed him to get grabbed, and he's going to have to go back a little bit more.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. That I actually, you know, like I said, this tri-quarter strat is relatively new, and not everyone's practiced with it, and I've actually seen Lack Attack lose a run that was close to world record pace just like that, but hate to see that. It's a rough race for Kiss My Afrocard this time.
Yeah, and this time with the count at 3, he's not going to do the tri-quarter because he wants it to go to 2 after he's done with 6. No fill up here for Khananaphone out of 7. May have not been the perfect 7 for Khananaphone, but he made it work. And with one bomb in his hand, he's got what he needs for this level 6 coming up. And there's the clip into 7 there for K-Mac.
Khananaphone with the magic sword. As K-Mac just into the river room in level 7. So, going with bomb strats in the river room. Oh, he got a forced bomb.
Yeah, he was going for a forced.
Which is a pretty impressive thing to do. And so he doesn't have to worry about bombs for the rest of the level, which is nice to see. But,
he was going to get beamed there. Oh, he still loses a heart to the gorilla on the hug. Belfry chime for Khananaphone. Let's see if it's as impressive as it was the first time around. Does lose Beam Sword. Gets 2 bombs from the Keese. A magical breakfast room 1. And he's making a pretty good, decent turn. That bubble is not being rude to him at all, which is helping it out. Nice reverse. That's a beautiful magical breakfast 1 without a beam sword. And a nice bomb drop there in the room with the key there for Khananaphone. So now he at least has what he needs for level 8.
Beautiful magical breakfast room 2 for Khananaphone.
This is impressive, yes. Those bubbles are playing really nice with Khananaphone right now.
The Wall Masters and Bubbles not so nice for K-Mac. He
grabbed the clock too. And I hope he's at the count where he can get through. Yes, he is.
Question chat, why is it called Magical Breakfast? Because the likes look like pancakes. So we call the breakfast room in level 4, and then the magical breakfast rooms in level 6 because there are wizrobes there.
And the wizrobes are magically delicious. And K-Mac done with level 6, Khananaphone done with level 6. One dungeon behind each other at this point. But it still could all come down to level 9 coming up for these runners.
That Troll Octorok, there's a way to avoid damage when he spawns in that position, but it's not easy to do, and it is certainly annoying to get tagged. But it does mean that by not having Beam Sword, the Blue Lagoon will lag less, so there's that trade-off for Khananaphone as he enters level 8. Meanwhile, kissmyafrocard grabbing Magical Sword now. A little under 4 minutes behind Khananaphone at this point. So K-Mac really needs Khananaphone to die in level 9 if he's going to come from behind in this race. So if you're Khananaphone, I wonder if you're thinking about grabbing a potion before level 9.
And if Khananaphone has the restream up and he sees in the position that he is, you might figure he will take that extra minute trip down to where level 1 is. I mean, things were strange in the last race where we saw 22 seconds be made up just like that, but who knows how it's going to be here in this second run. Khananaphone just needs to win this, and he'll be playing in the winner's final against Lack Attack 24. K-Mac needs to win the next 2 to advance to those finals.
Yeah.
Let's see how Khananaphone does here against the 4-headed Gleeok. Gets him a heart, and there we go. Khananaphone, no, Philip out of 8. And K-Mac getting some bombs here in 6. And yes, the runners are allowed to watch the restream or each other's runs. These are not randomizers, so therefore there's nothing to spoil. They can see where the exact position of their runners are, and Khananaphone is going for it.
Yeah, Khananaphone. Yeah, he menued to bombs, not to the candle. He didn't even think about slowing down to take that potion, which I don't know, a lot of runners would play it safe to seal the deal, but he's confident enough that he can get through 9 safely, and a death of the 9 is really the only thing that could save K-Mac at this point.
Yeah, and he needs Khananaphone to die in 9, even at a point at the Silver Arrow room. We'll see how it goes coming up as Khananaphone going into level 9 around the 26-minute mark. Back to Beam Sword for Khananaphone, which is good to see coming up for the next stretch of this dungeon. We'll have to ask Khananaphone about his interesting fluting ability. Or not his fluting, K-Mac about his interesting fluting abilities when he gets to the post-race interview coming up a little bit later on.
Yeah, he did put an oops in chat when that happened, so I'm sure he had some thoughts. Nice
damage this with Patra 1.
A nice clean Patra 1 skip for Khananaphone as K-Mac heads into Blue Lagoon 1.
Let's see how the next room treats these runners. Treats Khananaphone. He's down a bomb. I don't know if he was looking for a bomb drop at that point. He wasn't at a bomb drop, though. Solid next room. Solid Blue Lagoon 1 here for K-Mac. And, oh, does get the bomb drop. Khananaphone does get the bomb drop, which is good to see. K-Mac going through Blue Lagoon 2, and he has beam swords out of here. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's see how Patra 2 goes. Oh, got bopped.
You see, K-Mac has had a rough race, but I mean, getting through the Blue Lagoons with beam sword, you see what a high level of talent we're watching right now, and what
absolutely
a tough game this is. That especially early in the run, that even runners at this level can have things go wrong.
And Khananaphone getting the bomb drops in the reverse C room is going to allow him to just turbo through that room. That is great here for Khananaphone. Silver Arrows picked up 28-15.
Yeah, as K-Mac gets to the level 8 Triforce grab just about the time Khananaphone is getting to the Silver Arrows. So Khananaphone has just a couple minutes left in his run if things go smoothly. So we'll see how he does in this final stretch as K-Mac heads up to level 9 to join him.
And damageless against Patra 2 again. But gets pancaked. Bopped around just a little bit here. This may push him to do a more relaxed Patra 3 coming up. I don't see him doing the Turbo Patra 3 at this point with 7 hearts left.
Yeah, unless he really wants to just show off. But yeah, I would imagine he'll play it safe. We'll see.
There's the bomb drop there for K-Mac. Getting a forced drop off the Zal. Here we go, Patra 3. And he's going safe route, yeah. I totally get this. You do not want to risk this race on trying to go Turbo Patra 3. Because the penalty for doing it could cost you having to run another 30-minute run of this.
Yeah, for sure. So, Khananaphone has 1 hit on Ganon, 2, 3, 4, and he's out. Take him down with the Silver Arrows. Get your GGs out in chat for Khananaphone.
As Khananaphone goes through the door and rescues Zelda, it will be Khananaphone and Lack Attack 24 in the Winners' Championship, finishing with an official time of 30-19. GG.
Yeah, and that is another race PB for Khananaphone in his best time in an SRL race. So Khananaphone just on fire lately.
And K-Mac's run just kind of fell apart at the very beginning. Dying in level 3 just really unseated K-Mac, and he was never able to regroup ever since.
Yeah, I mean, there were some solid parts of that run, but I mean, it's hard to be a minute behind and then some more rough going later. But he's still pressing ahead and clearing out this reverse C rather efficiently. So.
And just to confirm, it is a second race PB for Khananaphone. He had 30-37 in his first run. This one, 30-19. So he beat his last run by 18 seconds.
And we are now joined by Khananaphone in the commentator's booth as we watch kissmyafrocard finish his run. GG, Khananaphone.
Thank you. We can wait till he's finished.
Yeah, if you prefer. Certainly, if you prefer.
Yeah, we can do that.
Come on, K-Mac can get through this. He's down to 4 hearts, so that means one of the things we haven't pointed out just yet is that a Ganon hug at the very end deals you 4 hearts of damage. So we're going to have to watch K-Mac as he goes through this final stretch of this run. He should be fine, but he really doesn't have a lot of room. Oh, he gets a hit. Oh, just before he gets beamed, he grabs the clock. Wow.
Yeah, that was Up+A clock. He doesn't have much margin for error in the last couple rounds, but we'll see how he does.
That was close, man.
Yeah, that was tight. I mean, another frame difference, he's dead. Back to the start of level 9. And right now, he's still not safe with the patch of 3. He's going to go safe, bro, and you have no room to tank him at all. 2 heads left to go, or 2 floating things. Oh, that's tight right there. Nice fairy drop. That gives him room. Let's just cheer K-Mac to the finish line here. He's not done with this tournament, by the way. He's got the elimination bracket to go as he gets him over to the final left corner. He will get the final hits on him, and he'll be facing off against the 4-Eye Steven Bresticle winner in the best of 3 in the elimination bracket. Get your GGs in for K-Mac, 33-53. So let's talk with Khananaphone here.
All right.
What a run in that first race. 7-second differential between you two. What were your thoughts going through that?
So at the start, I was like really nervous and just wanting to do whatever it took to not die. So I wound up quite a bit behind, but I think it was worth it considering that Gleeok fight was really close.
Yeah, you had a very tense first third of this race, but what really got you into this run was the room of requirement. Tell me your thoughts going through there in the first run.
That was really awesome. I killed 4 with 3 bombs. I was nervous going into that because my count was only at 6, so I had to get 4 kills with the 6 bombs. I mean, it wouldn't have been disastrous, but...
Your bombing in that room was immaculate.
And then for some reason I chased the fairy with only missing half a heart. I think I was like, all right, just calm down.
And we are now joined by Kiss My Afrocard. GG, sir. K-Mac, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. The first one was good, but yeah.
Yeah, that's how Zelda goes.
Yes.
I think we should have a mulligan.
Right? I'd be all about a mulligan.
Or just start after level 3.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough level 3 on your second trip through. Taking a lot of bopsome Zalls in that second run, K-Mac. Your thoughts as a whole?
Well, I played terribly on that second match. Yeah, there's no other way to put that. That was just awful. As far as for what I need in comparison to what I needed to do. And yeah, dying in 5, recording back to 5 at the meat shop. And,
see, that's what happens when you get the blue candle.
right? It's bad
Now,
luck.
I have to ask.
That's why you died in 3, actually.
I have to ask one more thing about you getting the blue candle. Were you trying to burn your raft?
Oh, I was just screwing around at that point. I was way too far behind. Like, he could have gotten wall mastered in 7 and still had a minute lead. So, and he's pretty. Khananaphone's pretty good. So, with that kind of lead and just being able to take it safe, and he still puts up an awesome time at the same time. But like, yeah,
wasted that.
With no pressure on him after like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Honestly, it is a giant difference. Like, I'm like, all right, just take it easy for a bit. Don't do anything dumb.
Yep. I was gonna, like, if you had finished, like, if you had finished before I got past Patra 1, I was gonna go get the red ring, but you hadn't quite finished yet, so I was like, well, there's a chance still, barely,
yeah.
But
what's really weird is both Patra 2B skips, like, so both times I sort of fidgeted slightly, which usually means you get hit twice, right?
Right.
But both times I just, like, walked through like he wasn't there.
Yeah, that was an amazing Patra 2 skip on your way back through both runs.
Neither were intentional.
Good manipulation, that Patra 2B manipulation.
Can I do that on purpose somehow?
Now, next time you try to do a personal best run, you're gonna see that Patra 2 skip and be like, why couldn't I have that in the why can't I have one from the tournament?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not like you can reliably do it either, because you don't know what the Patra's gonna do. Or maybe you can.
Yeah, but that first race must have been fun to watch, at least for the viewers.
Oh yeah, it was incredible.
At least it was close. At least it was close. That one was just kind of a snoozer. And as a Minnesota sports fan, just choked away as my teams would. Just immediately, just eliminate all hope right off the bat. But yeah, it was good. I'm glad to see that you put up 2 back-to-back race BBs. That was nice. Congratulations
on that.
Yes. So you got to start making fun of me now. I earned it. Let's go.
I did a little bit.
That's it? That's all you got?
I said the blue candle thing.
Oh, no, yeah. That's what I get for going blue candle. That's what I get for dying in 3, though. To Zalls and Dark Nuts and...
It's because you're thinking of the blue candle. You're like,
yes.
Alright, I'm gonna get rupees. Get the blue... Oh, I died!
Right. Then when I went blue candle route, then I got my 5 rupee above the door of the Heart Rock, so I had to clip into the door and then reach up there and get it. Yeah.
That's nice.
I have nothing good to say about
Good
that second race, other than that you were awesome and I was not, by any means.
So, Khananaphone, your reward for beating K-Mac twice, the Winners Finals with Lack Attack 24.
It's alright, I got this. Totally got this.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing that.
If you can run like you did today,
then I can lose by a minute.
And
hey, Wax. Hey, nobody's perfect. He's due.
That's true. He has been playing a lot of Zelda too, so that's got to be like killing his brain cells.
Right, he's due for a hiccup.
Maybe he'll accidentally
And-
cast spell.
And if you keep going red candle, that'll throw him off. It won't give him a perfect gauge as to how far ahead he is.
Spell would be really useful.
When he's a minute ahead, he might only think he's 30 seconds ahead, and maybe he'll make a mistake or something, and then you'll win.
K-Mac, you go up against the winner of Four Eye Steven and Brasticle. Any preference between those?
No. Whoever I can beat, I guess. No
Them
preference.
fighting
I
words.
I haven't watched too much of Four Eye Steven. I know Breasticle's really good. Watch him a lot. So
He's scary.
yeah, Breasticle could easily
Dang,
run a
BT.
29, low 29 in a race if he puts it together. So I'm amazed that his race PB is not sub 30, or maybe it is. I don't know, but
You can distract him by spamming light changing messages in his channel. Though.
all right, I'll change his lights, change him to brown,
Just
and
make a bot that just spams disco.
right. It's a good idea.
No.
Well,
Steven,
now I need BT to win so I can do this diabolical plan.
Steven in chat weighs in and saying that he is the one that you would be more likely to beat, which, going by PBs, is probably true. But no matter what happens, we look forward to seeing more races going forward. I don't think we have any races scheduled at the moment, but we have. But keep your eyes peeled because this tournament, this last few rounds of this tournament should be good. So I think that's going to do it. Thanks to I'm John Taven. Thanks to my co-commentator Adirondack Rick. Thanks to our racers Khananaphone and kissmyafrocard. Thanks to Speed Gaming for the restream. We will be back with more Zelda 1 soon.
In the meantime, be sure to check out the calendar, and we'll see what happens here on Speed Gaming, including the Link to the Past, No Major Glitches tournament, as well as Dark Souls and Final Fantasy 1 PSP, Rockman 2, and more other things. You can do take a look at the schedule, find out what's going on, and see when these runners schedule their upcoming matches. Have a good night. GG, runners.
There you go. Thank you. Later.